What's up, people who like all the country parks? Still trying to come up with a name for people who like this series. It's going to be a while. Today we are here in Strinesdale Country Park.
Strinesdale.
So close, it's so
Yeah.
far. Well, it's nice. It's situated quite near the Medlock Valley, which is off that way. And you can see the Medlock flowing just down the right there. You're probably going to notice that my outfit's changed because separated filming days. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Now we're probably going to use some of this footage twice, both for all the rivers, because the Medlock forms the centrepiece of the country park, so it's going to be very difficult to separate them out. And there isn't actually that much more to the country park than the river flowing through the two reservoirs. I think it was designated sometime in the 90s. It's a while since I've been here, but I think there used to be some toilets and possibly even a visitor centre at the time I came here, but that's all gone now. Really, the council just maintains the footpaths and the car park, but it's very pleasant. I'm told there's roe deer here, so we'll be keeping an eye out for them. And yeah, we've now got to have to decide which side of the river we want to walk, because there's a choice of routes here.
No, so that one looks quite nice.
Okay.
To the one.
Well, this is just going a bit further down into the country park, and I think that's clear evidence that there was once some sort of mill or something here, making use of the Medlock's water power, but there isn't anything in the Medlock Valley Way guide to tell you what it is. We are actually back on the Medlock Valley Way at this point, and yeah, Strinesdale, the river is trickling on down to enter the reservoir, but we'll tell you a bit more about that when we get there. Yeah, this is walking on down through Strinesdale Country Park to the first of the reservoirs, and I think, given the small size and the proximity, this is probably going to be coupled with the Beesham Hill Country Park video, and yeah, they're only about 15 minutes muddy walk apart. So it would certainly make sense. You could easily combine the two in a morning's walk. And it's apparently very popular with dog walkers here. Yeah, and not all of them are too conscientious about picking up the poo with the comments on TripAdvisor or anything to go by. Not that we're suggesting this nice lady wouldn't do it. Yeah. Right, we're on some nicely placed benches, looking over Lower Strine. No, sorry, this is Upper Strinesdale Reservoir, and the Medlock flows into it from up there somewhere. That there isn't a path close to the join. Then it flows out again into Strinesdale Lower Reservoir. And now Simon will read a little bit about it for you.
Where do I start?
The last paragraph.
Oldham and Saddleworth, Lancashire and Yorkshire. The reservoirs were built by the Oldham Gaslight and Waterworks Company, formed in 1825. The upper reservoir was completed in 1832, but the demand for water was such that a second reservoir was soon needed. This was finished in 1850, and the total capacity of the two reservoirs is 204 million gallons. Get a decent drink out of that one, lads.
Yeah, thank you. Now, we've taken a rather muddy path from the main Medlock Valley Way to show you the River Medlock exiting from Upper Strinesdale Reservoir. So you can see it flows down this channel under that footbridge and on into Strinesdale Lower Reservoir. So apart from the pylons, this is a beautiful view. Now we're looking down at the start of Lower Strinesdale Reservoir here. I get the feeling it's probably been drained a bit at this upper end, hopefully not for its full length. Reservoirs don't look particularly attractive when they're only half full, but you know, we'll cross fingers it looks nicer lower down. So yes, this is Lower Strinesdale Reservoir, and as you can see, yeah, it is quite attractive from this end, and there's a lot of notices telling you not to swim or put a boat on here because the water's deep, though you can fish here if you buy a permit. Fishing is allowed. There's a couple of mallards here, and there's a coot over there. Are you bold, sir? Right. And another one coming to join us, looking for bread, no doubt. A bold. You've heard the expression bold as a coot, so he's just asking him if he was bold. And this is the River Medlock coming out of Strinesdale Lower Reservoir, and it doesn't go for very long before it goes into a culvert for quite a distance. We'll see if we can identify that spot. It looks actually as if the path goes on the other side. We'll just check this out. Yep. And a couple of picnic tables here as well. So all in all, a very pleasant spot. Well, now this is the Strinesdale Memorial Forest, where you can plant trees for your loved ones. We started, I think, in 2020 during the COVID epidemic. I don't suppose that's a coincidence. The sign is already looking a bit past its best, so yeah. And like I say, you don't have to stick to these broad tracks. There are some footpaths wandering off into the plantations that you can take, so we haven't explored every single one of them. And there is a water treatment works somewhere up there, and I think if there ever was a visitor centre and toilets like I'm imagining, that's where they'd be, but they aren't anymore.
Don't mind before I start speaking.
Okay.
The so-called Golden Steps were built to take red brook around the reservoir because of the high iron content in the water. This has since stained the stone of the steps and led the local name. It is a good place to look for wagtails searching for food.
Okay, thank you, Simon. We can hear some birds, can't really see any wagtails just at the moment. But yeah, actually I better say that again because you probably didn't hear a word of it. Yes, can't see any wagtails this morning, although you can hear some tweeting around us, so maybe they're just waiting for us to go. And here is the small car park for the country park.
Hello, here we are by this rather pleasant image on this board, by the way. I don't like that. This has been our video on Strinesdale Country Park. If you enjoyed this video, I do urge you to like, comment, subscribe, share with your mates, force your mate to watch it, tie him up, play it on loop, please. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Okay, these are the so-called golden steps, and Simon will tell you a bit more about them.
The so-called golden steps were built to take red brook around the reservoir because of the high iron content in the water. This has since stained the contents in the water. Start again. Start again.
Yeah, okay.
The so-called golden steps were built to take red brook.
Yeah, I'm just pointing to them as you're saying it.
Oh. Start again.